What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today we have information on how you can get Shiny Miraidon and Shiny Koraidon for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. First things first, I put it on the community page last night. Chi-Yu, we defeated it not 2 million times, but at least 1 million, so we're all going to be getting that. That means that all 4 Treasures of Ruin are going to be distribution only, no longer shiny locked, but still can't organically catch it. Speaking of which, announced in the very wee hours of the morning, there was an update to 2 more shiny locked Pokemon, Koraidon and Miraidon, some of the coolest looking shinies. They are going to be available in Japan at game stores, not convenience stores, from September 26th onward. Very vague, much more descriptive for the US and Canada and Australia. It's going to be distributed at Gamestop in the US and EB Games in Canada and Australia from September 26th onwards. There is no news for any of Europe or other regions like that. Typically, in the past, when we've seen events like this, about a month or so after this event happens for the US, Australia, it will then happen for Europe and your many different chains of game stores that exist there. I also want to note that historically we've seen this exact same thing with physical companies in the United States for previous games, mostly Pokemon games. So the whole idea is that the Pokemon company does this deal with GameStop so that people go into the physical GameStop, ask for the code, and at that opportunity, they say, do you want to pre-order Pokemon Legend ZA or buy a Switch 2? Completely makes sense from a business standpoint. By the way, just know that there is no purchase necessary. You can walk in there, ask for a code, and you can have one code. That's the rules as it is. Any variation of that saying, oh, it's only for people who pre-order, that is not true or accurate. I could imagine logistically, it's a lot easier to set up the one deal with one company to cover all of Australia, Canada, and the United States on this distribution as opposed to Europe. And there are many different companies that you all have to work out the different deals for it. That's why I imagine it always comes later to the EU, or maybe pre-order sales aren't as high in those regions and that's why it's not happening. Don't know. No idea. Also, the good news about this being a specific distribution Pokemon is that if people are going to be, cloning these and giving them to people who aren't able to get them in other regions, outside of that very specific set of information on that one Pokemon, you can easily tell if it's hacked, if it's not going to be the exact information that is listed on Cerebee's event center after the event goes live. So, Shiny Miraidon, Shiny Koraidon are going to be in the game. Bro, I'm still so hype over the Nintendo Direct. I really am. And listen, I'm still gathering my thoughts on a lot of people talking about the DLC being announced before the game even comes out. And I can definitely understand the contention on that. But you know what? Hi, it's me. Interrupting past Austin because I had a chance to cool down a little bit here. There's comments that already popped up online and in my comment section talking about the fact that the DLC was already announced before the game comes out, which historically has been a controversial topic. I completely understand that. At the same time, people complain when Mario Kart World is $80 instead of it being a cheaper game, but they make the game only $60 so that people with the Switch 1 and younger gamers are going to be able to afford it without the $90 or $100 price tag, because yes, this is a $100 game for Pokemon Legend ZA on the Nintendo Switch 2 with the DLC is $100 to play on your $450 console. Things are expensive and it does suck. I agree 100%. But to complain that there's DLC for a $60 game is the exact opposite argument of, well, they're releasing a game and it's $80 when it should have been $60. This is why I'm re-recording it. The complaints happen both ways, and I don't care about it one way or the other way because both arguments are made at the same time. If you don't want to play the game, don't buy it. The best way to show you're not happy about it is don't buy it. I don't want to see it. People want to enjoy their game. It's been 2 years since a Pokemon game has come out, and I'm excited for it. So I was sitting here and editing, and I got a notification from TCG Pocket that it's time for me to open another pack. That I have been paying the monthly pass for the additional pack a day, and I've realized I've been paying this for almost a full year now, so I have paid over $100 just to open up digital cards on my phone. And now I'm thinking about, well, what's the broader spectrum here? We either pay $60 plus 10 plus 30 for a $100 game for a complete experience on a home console, or we pay the $90 for Mario Kart World up front plus the DLC in the future, or companies stop giving us complete experiences for the $70 to $100 price range, including DLC on console, and everything just moves to microtransactions and free-to-start games. And I think that's the worst option of all. So I'm not mad at either of the two first options. You know, that's my hot take. Great. If we look at the sales of Mario Kart World, that's not how everyone thinks. So being the people who are complaining about that, you might be in the minority of it. Sometimes the smallest voice is the loudest. Wait till the game comes out. Wait till people do reviews on it. Wait till you play Pokemon Legends EA, and if you had a good and fantastic time, and if you want to continue that experience and give the developers more money, go for it. If you want to boycott something off of the idea of it without having ever played it or experienced it, I feel as though that's a little immature. But to each their own. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you live in a country that has shiny Miraidon and Koraidon. And if not, hope you get in anyways, thanks to someone who got an extra one and is able to trade with you. Wink, wink. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, Austin John out.
Man, they see me shining like I got the charm. Stay strapped, got that jet ball in my palm. Felt from the sky, guess I'm the chosen one. And if you need to know how, check out Austin John. Champion flow, yeah, I got that champion flow.